Hello, everybody. Hey, it's Ken Faulkner. Another night video. This is from Blade Show, but it's kind of a fun one. It's a little different because this one was a thing that didn't cost me anything. Did not cost me a thing, and it's kind of like one of these show specials, I guess you could say. Kizer Meetup. So every year in Atlanta and once at West, I've gone to these Kizer meetups. It comes like on a Saturday night during the show, and yeah, it's fun. It's a great time. Lots of people you know from YouTube there, and every year it's different. And this year they actually gave these out. This is very cool. I thought, before I've always got like T-shirts or hats or other types of things, but this year they actually did something particularly special. This was their 12th year anniversary. Go around here, you see Kizer 12th year anniversary. First year I went to Blade Show was the 10th year, and that was kind of a big deal. But they've been carrying it on ever since then. So last year they had the 11th year, and this year it's 12th. So yeah. And we had a great show. Bees was kind of like the MC for the show, and he kind of, introduced certain things and talked a bit because he's got a great, history with Kizer, and talking about the designers and everything like that. And it's a good time. Everybody had a great time. They had some food. You could buy drinks if you wanted, that kind of thing. It was a fun time. It always is. But then at the end of the show, I was looking for like the bags. So usually they have like the gift bags sitting out, and I want to see if I can get like my size T-shirt this time, But anyway, no, they didn't have anything like that. But they did have this little box or something, and they pulled out these guys and handed them out. It was really cool. So check this out. You open it up, and you got that typical newer version of the Kizer box. Innovation, respect, sharing. We like sharing here on this channel. Open it up, and we got a knife. And Drop Bear. Drop Bear has been very big. They just recently did like a big drop of a whole bunch of new Drop Bears. So this one is very cool. And we'll get into that in a minute. And then they got like a little sticker. I was wondering what this was about, because it's a Valentine's Day sticker. So that was interesting. But, I'm not going to be critical because, hey, free stuff, right? You got the normal thing that does not want to come out. Anyway, you got there's the cloth and then the paperwork. Just in case there's anything in here I didn't check out. Got some Kizer pictures of their new boxes, I guess. What else is there on this side? Dear customer, thank you for choosing. Thank you for support and understanding. I understand. So yeah, Kizer, great company. I've done like collection videos of Kizers because for the longest time, Kizer is the largest amount of knives in my collection are Kizers. I really like their knives a lot. I'm probably buying less now than I used to. This is the clip side. You can see it says Atlanta. So it has that, I thought for a while they were calling it Lexan acrylic or whatever you want to call it. But you could see the clip there without having to have that yellow look. And it's got the little cutout in that area, so it works. So when you pull that crossbar back, you can see how that Omni spring works. And you got different settings. You can tell what setting you're on. This is on the strongest. That's how it came. Works really well. Then on the blade, obviously you've got a black coating, but it says Kizer Meet. Very cool. And you go to this side, and you see 1 of 100. Now, I didn't really pay attention to that at first I just noticed that today. I carried it. I've been, like I say, I got all these ones from Blade Show. I carried this one today for the first time. I may have had it in a pocket before that, but just like taking it to work and carrying it. And I noticed that one of 100. I'm going, wow, how did I get the one of 100? That is crazy. And I text my girlfriend. I say, hey, I got the one of 100, but she got one as well. Guess what hers says? One of 100. It cracks me up. I'm not being critical. I just think that's funny. I am guessing that they all were one of 100. My theory on it is that they're going to do 100 knives for 100 Kizer meetups. They're looking into the future, like way ahead. This is only year 12 for them, so by the year 112 anniversary, they'll finish it up. I'm sure that's not it. I guess they just did the etching and they just did it the same. I mean, I can't assume that hers and mine are the only ones with one of 100. I don't know. That would be just too hard to believe. But anyway, it's very cool, though. It really is cool because you can see underneath there it says Kizer Meet, Atlanta. It says, nice to meet you at the Kizer Meet. Yeah, it's always good. I've won knives at the Kizer Meet. I've always gotten something out of it, and it's always a good time. And lots of meet lots of people from YouTube. You kind of could name them. There were some pictures that went up on Instagram. I did a picture of this from the Kizer Meet and put it up on Instagram. So maybe you saw that when that went up. But that was right there and then at the venue. Same venue they've been doing it the last 3 years, and it's a very cool little outdoor place. This year it was storming and like lightning and stuff like that. It had pretty much settled down by the time the party had started, but anyway, it was a great time. It was really good, really fun, and I now have a drop bear. I'd never had a drop bear, Kizer drop bear. Just haven't had one. My girlfriend's had one. I've shown it on the channel before. So we can do a knife comparison, drop bear to drop bear, and really see if there's any differences between them. But she's got that one that looks like this with the titanium, and it's got that fading of the anodizing from the green to blue. Very nice. Funny story was that Mrs. B's, my girlfriend had gone to use the restroom, and then she comes up to me and says, well, I think she wants this knife. And I said, okay, if I can buy her a knife and that she wants, I'm happy to do it. So, so we got this knife. It was kind of, I think they kind of, played me a little bit, but I have no problem with that. It's Azo design, LC200N. This is the one with the really, that steel that's not going to rust at all. This is a really, really awesome knife. It's obviously going to be a little bit heavier because it's titanium versus that Lexan or the acrylic, or what do you want to call it. The clip is a little bit different. You can see the shape of it. This is more like your typical bent clip. So this is probably one of the more budget versions, I would say, of the drop bear. And there's a whole bunch of them out right now, all different types of locking mechanisms and things like that. Obviously these are the only ones I have, and then my girlfriend has one of these as well. So now she's got two and I have one. So thickness, definitely, I'm seeing it right here. There's definitely, well, no, not so much. I don't know why it looked that way. It's probably because of the clear part, or maybe, I don't know. It looks much taller here. It probably, the way the, I really don't know. But anyway, we got a bunch of drop bears now, and it's a great knife. Great blade shape. I love the spear point. Got a swedge on the top. Great jimping all the way out. Azo design. He knows what he's doing. You get your traction all the way up, and of course, Kizer does great jimping. All the reasons why I like Kizer knives. It's got a nice texture. You can see it in the acrylic, and a little bit of milling out here around where the what do I call that? I call it an Omni spring. It's not an Omni seal. What do they call? What do they call those springs? I'm blanking. You know the ones though, and you know that I blank. A little place for a lanyard. That all the writing underneath there is on that black liner that's inside, and then you just see through the acrylic. So it's just a very cool thing, that, and especially doing it for the meetup. I don't know if these are available anywhere else. I have a feeling that you had to kind of be there to get one, and it's very cool. So 2013 to 2025. So 2013 is when Kizer started as a business. Action for fun. It used to be action for you. I got actually a coin from the 10th anniversary right here. I got a bunch of these that year. And you can see it says action for you, and now it's action for fun. We used to joke about saying action for VU, because VU Fam was in there. So I'm gonna throw this in my next giveaway that's coming up this weekend. I'll go ahead and announce it. I'm watching I got a Hank. It seems like the Hanks are always the ones that are hanging up on the shipping for some reason. I don't know why that is. But it's a cool Hank, and hopefully it'll make it here on time. It's one of these things where it says, oh, it'll be here by the 25th. Well, the 25th is today, but that was the original estimate, but it's still in Ohio. And it has not, according to the shipping, it has not been received by the United States Post Office yet. Now, I just shipped some stuff out. I haven't done giveaways, but I had that pass around, and then something else I was shipping out at the same time. And I watched it for 3 days, and that was UPS, not USPS. And it was sitting there telling me that we haven't just received it yet. Well, I know I dropped it off. It was over at like a Staples store, one of these office supply stores, but it's a UPS section of it, so it should have gone. I dropped it off on Friday, and I did not see anything until either yesterday or today. So all weekend long, and at least Monday, no sign that anything had ever happened. And I told people, hey, I dropped it off and all that kind of thing. And here's the tracking number. And I'm sure they're looking at it going, did he really drop it off? Did he really? So finally I got tracking on that. It's supposed to be there on Friday. So I'm happy about that. But you never know. You never know. I got something that I bought, crazy little thing. I'll show it to you later. There's a whole story behind it. Crazy thing. It's coming from like Portugal. And it's in Portugal right now. It's in their customs. So who knows? I've never got a knife from Portugal before, and I don't know how long it's going to be in there. But that's the kind of thing you deal with. I don't know if it's always like this, or I'm just more into tracking because of all the knives I'm shipping around or getting or stuff like that. Things for giveaways and whatnot. But anyway, I got some good stuff, and I figure I'll throw in this 10th anniversary. I think I showed it to you guys. The 10th, yeah, I did, because it's got the action for. So it's a cool coin. And, some people collect coins. I got a bunch of coins. I've shown them before. I've gotten some new ones. I got some new ones from the show this year. I think I got one of the No Forks Given coins this year. I'll have to get that out. That's the only No Forks thing I got this year. I know there's a bunch of things like the penguins, the No Forks penguins and stuff like that. Okay, guys, enough talking, right? And thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.